Hey guys, mowers and blowers here again. So this is a Toro Power Clear 418ZE. It's a 18-inch width, 87cc overhead valve 4-cycle engine. Has electric start, and I got it for 20 bucks. Reason why he sold it to me for 20 bucks, because he just wanted it out. Why? Because it didn't work. Why? Because the guy said that he took it to a place and they told him that the valve spring came out, hit the piston, and something or other. So it's one of those problems. I said, okay. So I took it home. I tried to start it. It wouldn't start, of course. I tried the electric start. Wouldn't start. And it doesn't seem like it has too much compression. So I'm going to take it apart and see what I find. 4 Phillips head screws for the heat shield to be removed. I believe that's the muffler. Yeah. Next was 2 10mm bolts to remove the facade and the assembly of the input for the electric start. I'm just going to put that to the side if I can get access to it. Get this out. I'll have to see what the next step is. Easy way to take that out. And it was 2 10mm nuts to take off this carburetor assembly. The carburetor cover off. And the carburetor just comes on out, just like that. And long screws, I'm going to have to disassemble that fuel line there off the carburetor. So the carburetor comes off just like that. Whoever put that back on is retarded because it's upside down. So that's the oops, what is that? Oh, so that's a throttle linkage and the fuel line. Just going to remind myself, short one was to the left, long one was to the right. This is the kill switch, basically, a key. And as you can see, it's connected sort of to the ignition coil, so that's to stop the engine when you need to. This is the gasket and also heat shield to the carburetor. If you guys can't tell what I'm doing, that's Toro. Alright, so I don't know what to do now. I guess I'll, take that off, see the valves. 4 bolts, take this off. There's a gasket there, so it's not fix a gasket or make a gasket. And there you go. Now you see, just from what I'm seeing here, it looks a little weird, no? How that's crooked like that? Unless that's like that, I've never done that. Here, I'm going to pull this one. Oh, there you go. The rocker arms. I don't know. Looks okay to me, doesn't it? Well, looks like the problem has got to be in there, so I'm gonna just take that apart. I don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, there are 5/16 bolts. Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to take that red cowling off because I just can't see anything. So it's just 2 Phillips screws there and there. Take the gas cap off, and it comes right off. And we could just put it to the side or something like that. Or I guess I could disconnect that thing. right now it's good. So now we have some access to see stuff. That's the starter. So I know that that works, and that's a good deal because a starter always costs like 40 bucks. So I'm ahead of the game no matter what, in just parts. And this is in pretty good condition if you look at the auger paddles. Basically the overall condition of this thing is worth 10 times what I paid for it in parts. That is if I get top dollar for it. But I'm going to try to figure this out. Maybe not today, but I will try to figure it out. I'm now going to remove the fuel tank. That covers the very top. It covers the screws to get the head of the cylinder off. So I have to remove everything on the top. So this is the other side. 5/16 bolts. 3 of them. Of course there's a thing here. Just put it to the side. Yeah. Now we have open access to see what's going on over here. Another bolt. Remove the heat shield. I'm doing that so that if in case I forget how to put it on, I can go back to this video and check it out. Looks like it's 4 bolts to remove the cylinder head, but the muffler is in the way. So I'm going to remove those 2 bolts to take the muffler off. Okay. Now I'm free to take those 4 bolts off, take the head off. And the head comes right off. Getting kind of dark now. I'm going to study it, and we'll continue this tomorrow. So while I was studying it, you know, it's getting dark out now, so I'm using a flashlight. So the piston right there had a lot of, you know, corrosion, not corrosion, but, you know, carbon buildup on it. So I took a wired bristle brush and just lightly started cleaning it. And then if you guys notice, you could see there's 2 marks there, right? Those 2 marks are from the exhaust valve that hit it a lot, actually. So I mean, I don't know whether or not that can really matter, you know. Just a couple of dents in that thing shouldn't really make that much of a difference. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure. I don't know why these things are there, you know, the little dots and stuff. I don't know where that's from. But, you know, the head itself looks, you know, okay. There's the gasket, and the valves are seated. They open and close. So, I don't know enough about this stuff to really make a judgment, but I am going to clean that stuff up a little bit and go do some research on it. See you guys tomorrow. So I took the head off, and what I figured out is the intake valve was bent when the spring broke, I guess, sometime. It shot the valve right into the piston, which is the reason why it has a couple of marks there. And then from the piston bouncing back again, it bent one of the valves. I could barely get that valve out. So of course I didn't have a replacement valve. So that Honda mower had a valve very similar, and it's on the right side. No, left side. Yep, left side. The bigger one, the intake one, and it fits and seats really well. So it's going to have some compression. I know it's not the right one, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to put that head back and start putting the vital components together, see if it'll turn over. So I just put the head back and the valve cover. I connected the safety switches and also the magneto. So I'm going to spray some carb fluid cleaner inside the chamber there. I'm not going to put the carburetor on yet. It's a lot of work. But as long as you can get fuel in there, I just want to see if it turns over. Muffler can stay off. It'll just be really loud. But yeah, spark, compression, and fuel. I'm going to give it a try. Hey, look at that, huh? Alright. Looks like I got compression. Started up, turned over. I'm going to put all the guts back on. So, just put everything back together again. It wasn't too hard. I might have missed putting something on there, but it's just a heat shield. Anyway, just primed it and give it a pull. Wow, first pull too. Runs great. Man, can you believe it? I put a lawnmower valve in there. It wasn't even the same size, and it was a little bit longer, but I adjusted with the valve lash. So man, I'm really stoked, man. This thing runs great. Nice and fast too. So I got it for 20 bucks. It's like brand new. I'm gonna list it for 185. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.